Hello, what's up guys? I'm Kyle from KGR, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Figma Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Now, this figure has been out for a very long time. I've even had this for a very long time, but I did a review on the amazing Yamaguchi figure, which you can see right here. Either that or just wait till the end of the video. But here, this figure for a while was the best Midoriya figure. It was honestly like the only Midoriya action figure. But time has passed. It's been restocked because it used to be like $300 on eBay, but now he's readily available. But now we have 4 options for a good Midoriya figure. We got the Figma, we got the McFarlane, we got the amazing Yamaguchi, and also we got a bootleg. I've had the bootleg before I got this guy because I didn't feel like dishing out $300 for an action figure. So I had experience with it. Unfortunately, I don't have it anymore. I gave it to one of my friends down the street. But I will bring it up in the video. So now that we have many options out there, is this figure still worth it? Well, let's take him out of the box and let's take a closer look. And here is the new hero himself, Izuku Midoriya. Now, this is based on his original outfit from My Hero Academia. Like, as of right now, I think we've gotten a 4th costume as of late, or a 3rd and a half, maybe, because it was just a slight alteration of the costume. But anyway, point is, this is his first hero costume, and I like it. I think it looks great, but we are missing something, which is one of the accessories, by the way. It's not on Midoriya for some reason, and that is his little, I don't want to say necklace. It's part of his helmet or mask or whatever. But yeah, let's put this on. This is really easy. You just pop off the head. You just slide that on. Push the head in. Oh, there we go. And then there you go. Now Midoriya is complete. Now let's take a really close look at this figure, because when it comes to Figma, you kind of know what to expect when it comes to quality. Like, paint apps are fantastic, articulation's pretty good, all that stuff. But for some reason, if you're new to Figmas, well, we'll do a quick rundown. Figmas have a mostly flawless paint application process. They do a fantastic job. My favorite thing is how well they blended the hair. So most of it is green, but then the bottom is black, because the way Midoriya's hair is in the anime is kind of awkward to try to translate into a 3D action figure or a 3D sculpt or anything like that. And for the first real attempt at a Midoriya action figure, they did a really good job, and I think it's still going to hold up. There are some other figures that do like the top half of the hair green and then like the bottom half of like each strand of hair being black, which that works too. But I think the way Good Smile did it, or Max Factory, or whoever you want to give credit to, they did a good job. And the line work on all the stripes is also pretty immaculate as well. The only real complaint I have about this is here when you pose Midoriya, here, depending on how you pose his legs will scrape against his pouches right here, and that red paint does end up transferring to his legs. Luckily, as easily as it is to get on there, it's just as easy to get off. So you can be sloppy and lick your thumb, rub on his leg, and then the paint is off. Or you could be a little bit cleaner about it, like a wet rag, or a wet paper towel, or even a baby wipe, I don't care. Or Clorox wipe, if you really want to use it on that. If you're scared of Midoriya having corona. Point is, paint smearing's a thing, but it's not that bad. But they handled the sculpt very well. Like, you can pose Midoriya anyway, and he looks natural. He looks fantastic. And of course, this is before he had his all full cowling thing, so like he doesn't come with any of the lightning effects or anything like that. But for a first gen Midoriya, a first gen Deku, that's what I'm gonna call him. First gen Deku, he's really good. Just look at the attention to detail on like his freckles. I'm not sure how well it's gonna show up on camera because of the lighting and all that stuff, but like, this is just such a good looking figure. I really love this figure a lot. When I first got this, I fell in love with it. But now the amazing Yamaguchi's a thing, and I don't admire it as much. But now that I'm taking a closer look at it again, I'm like, this is still a good figure. I still think it's worth buying. So I don't know exactly how the neck joints work in the Figmas offhand, but you can go forward and back. You can like turn it all around. Like, it seems to be on like a ball hinge, and it works. It works really well. You can get a lot of motion out of him. And then the shoulders on a double ball peg, so you can do whatever you want with them. You get some good motion going forward and back, so you can almost reach across. And then when it comes to the elbows, it's like a little bit beyond 90 degrees, which a little bit disappointing, but I'll manage. Then we got a ball hinge on the wrist, but as you could tell, there's not too much movement to work with, but hopefully you can manage. When it comes to the upper torso, there's a decent amount of range in there. It's mainly like the side to side, you can really feel it, but like going forward, there isn't too much give. Going back, not too much give. The hips are a little bit more forgiving. Like, same thing up here. Like, you can move side to side, but you can get a lot more range down at the waist than you can at the upper torso. And then the legs seem to be on a double ball peg, so you can go about that much forward. You can go that much back because of his butt. Then when it comes to the knees, I think they're especially made knee because of the kneecap, because it's not like your average Figma joint. It's much different, but that's how much range you're getting out of that. Then you get the ankle rocker as well, so you can go forward and back and do whatever you want with that as well. And then we got a toe bend, because everyone needs bendy toes. And when it comes to Figma figures or Japanese import figures that you buy all together, it's pretty basic, but compared to like McFarlane, it's honestly, I don't even know how to compare it to McFarlane, because I don't even have a McFarlane Midoriya, but it's decent articulation. It works well. It's just nothing mind-blowing. The amazing Yamaguchi, when it comes to articulation, that's the figure you want to go to. We've already shown off one of the accessories, which is already around his neck right now, but we also have a few more accessories. But if you collect other Figma or any other import figures, if you've done research on this figure already, you already know that it's quite lacking, especially for the price that he was going for at the time. Alright, so when it comes to his faces, you see the average happy face. We also got this angry face, and then we also have this scared face. Popping on faces is really easy. Just grab the front of his hair and pull from the back of his hair, and just be careful. And then I would say pull from the ears, and then put on angry face, and that just slides on. It's a little bit of a tight fit, but if it's tight, that means it's not falling out, so that's a plus. Then you put the hair back on, and bam! Look at him. He's angry. But then when it comes to hands, we have his standard fists. We have a pair of open hands. We also have a pair of gripping hands in case you want to have him hold something that he doesn't originally come with, but there you go. You can carry the Master Sword if you want him to. I don't know. And he comes with a flicky finger. And in my opinion, one of the most useless accessories is like sweat or teardrops that like sticker onto the face. I haven't used these. I'm not sure how well they work, because quite frankly, I don't care. If I ever really want to, I mean, there's the option, but I don't think I'm gonna use them. Oh yeah, and then Figmas always come with a stand, so you can put them in action poses if you need to. Now, when you look at all the accessories that it comes with, it seems like a good amount. It seems like a lot, and I would normally agree. But when it comes to what this figure was priced at, I believe Big Bad Toy Store had this figure originally for about like $80 or $90 when he first came out. So, with that said, I don't think it was worth it. Because let's say you buy a Link Figma from Twilight Princess around the same value, same price. He was absolutely jam-packed with accessories. He came, obviously, with his sword and shield, different faces, different hands. But he also came with like a bow and arrow, a ball chain, a hook shot, quite a few things that made Link. And they gave you a lot to play with. Unfortunately, when it comes to that price, the accessories aren't there for Midoriya. But the reason they have it priced like that is because of Takara Tomy having their hands in it, and they want a cut of the money too. And with manufacturing costs, storage, and going through distributors and all that stuff, they had to set MSRP properly so everyone can win. Unfortunately, the consumer didn't win. Like, if you go to Big Bad Toy Store, you're going to be paying almost $100. I personally don't think he's worth $100. If you can find him for less than $80, then sure. If you spend $25, you're getting a bootleg, which, to be honest, I've had a bootleg. It's not awful. It's a half-decent bootleg. This neck piece, instead of it being clear, it's all solid green plastic mostly, and then the teeth are painted in, and the paint apps aren't as beautiful. Like, it's a little bit sloppier, and I noticed the hands did fall off a little bit easier. But the joints, for the most part, were still relatively tight. So, for a bootleg, I thought it was pretty good, especially for $25. Why not? But let's be real, you want to buy an authentic figure. Like, if you're a diehard collector. If you're just looking for a Midoriya figure, just go for the bootleg Figma. It's probably gonna be better than McFarlane figures, and it's definitely gonna be better bang for your buck. But as much as I'm bashing about the value isn't there, I'm not bashing on the figure itself. This is still a cool figure. I just don't think he's worth the $100. I would compare this to other figures, but I've already done a comparison in my Amazing Yamaguchi video, so if you haven't seen that, wait till the end of the video, you can watch that. And plus, they're all like specialized on my shelf right now, and I don't feel like tearing them down. I'm sorry. So overall, what are my thoughts on this figure? I think he is worth picking up if you can find him for less than $80. He's not the best Midoriya because the Amazing Yamaguchi is a much better figure. However, this is the best original costume Midoriya figure, at least when it comes to an action figure. If you want more stylized posing, like with him, like his arm almost catching on fire, or his flick turning red or anything like that, or him crying, the Nendoroids are a better selection. You get a much better selection of characters, and they're much more cute, and they have much better accessories in my opinion. But if you want a real action figure, this Midoriya is good. I'd say get this if you also plan on picking up the other Figmas, because they're going to scale with each other much better. The Amazing Yamaguchi is a little bit taller than this Midoriya, so you may want to keep that into consideration when you get these figures. In my personal opinion, I think the Figma line, when it comes to accessories and bang for your buck, it's a little bit lacking, but I hope other companies like Revoltech with their Amazing Yamaguchi line, I hope they brought into more characters, because the accessories were great, the range and articulation was great, and the value was great. It is a great first gen Midoriya, but it's not the best Midoriya. Be careful for bootlegs. Only go to reputable places. If you really want one, I'll provide a link in the description to the places that I trust the most, but you are going to pay a pretty penny for this. If you really care about this costume, then go for it. But if you just want a good Midoriya figure, I'd say go for the Amazing Yamaguchi. That one's going to be much better bang for your buck, and it's more up to date compared to this figure. It looks more like Midoriya, and it's just overall a better figure. But if you do love this look, you won't regret buying this figure. And that's everything I gotta say about this Midoriya figure. So if you're new and you like what you saw, you know what to do. If you like the pictures that you're seeing right now, I do a lot more pictures like this, and even pictures outside. And they're on my Instagram, so if you want to check out my Instagram, it'll be down there, as well as my Twitter and any other social media you might want to follow me on. I also plan on reviewing Bakugo next, and I also want to review every My Hero Academia Figma when they come out. I have them all pre-ordered. I plan on collecting the whole set. So if you do want to know how I feel about the rest of these Figmas, then please subscribe. And let me know in the comments if you have this figure, or if you plan on getting it, let me know what you think about it. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. So peace.